enjoy it as much as I hope to. It could prove to be very interesting. So you may be watching here on Facebook in my YouTube group. Oh my gosh, see, already goofing up. You might be watching here on Facebook in my VIP cooking group, Keeping It Real Cooking with Lisa. Or you might be watching here live on YouTube. 2 for 1 tonight, folks. We are sizzling at 6 every Monday at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We sizzle at 6 and do a live cooking demo. And I am also doing 12 days of hope for Heidi Allen. So, with that being said, tonight I'm going to make dinner and dessert for my YouTube lives. So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes because I already keep forgetting I have 2 cameras to look at. But that is the beauty of all of this. We're going to have a little bit of fun. So let me pin my hair up and wash my hands. So it is Christmas. So a little crazy. Hi, Jen. So like I said, I am on my VIP Facebook group and on YouTube simultaneously. So who knows where you're watching from. But I've been doing this live cooking demo for 12 Days of Hope for Heidi. And if you don't know, Heidi Allen is my sister, and she was kidnapped on April 3rd, Easter Sunday, from the local convenience store, and she's still missing today. So every year we do something special for her, and sometimes it's public, sometimes it's not. This year we're doing it public, and I'm doing live cooking demos on my YouTube channel. I just lost all the recipes. So all of the desserts, originally I was going to do a dinner and a dessert, and my father said, you'll go insane. And he was correct, Wundo. So I'm just doing desserts, and I got to tell you, my family and my coworkers are enjoying it. So all of the recipes are coming out of the Heidi Allen Cookbook. All right. And tonight's is from page 55 in the Heidi Allen Cookbook, and it's a molasses crumb cake. All right. And I've already sprayed my 13x9 pan and set it in the back. And what we're going to do is do dessert first and then make dinner. And if you're new to Keeping It Real Cooking with Lisa, we love doing dessert first. So for my YouTube fans, thanks for watching. Thank you for watching live. Thank you for watching later. But we're going to make dessert and then dinner. I have my Epicure wok is on the stove, ready to go. The oven's preheating to 350. But we're going to do dessert first because I want to put my rice in the microwave, but I need my microwave to make the dessert. So we're going to start with dessert. I'm going to use my round steamer. All right. So the first part is, I gotta make sure I have the right recipe. Let me move this. Because, all right, we're going to mix with a spoon molasses, the Caro syrup, water, and baking soda. I already have my water pre-measured. Okay. And I pre-measured my Caro and my molasses. All right. Everything is pre-measured already in my 1 cup prep bowls. Looks. And for dinner tonight, I'm actually going to be using the ramen broth when I cook my rice, and we're going to be using the garlic aioli, the roasted garlic aioli in the Asian stir fry to cook some beef to put in on the rice, and some peppers and some cabbage. It'll be really good. So, but we got to heat this to boiling first. Okay. And we're not going to put the lid on because I don't want any extra water, right? And the last thing I need to add is the baking soda, 1 teaspoon. And I'm using my 4-in-1 measuring spoon. Okay. And then we'll give that a stir. And we're going to put this into a boil. And while this is boiling, we're going to do the next step for this molasses crumb cake. Oops. Put that in. And I think 3 minutes. All right. So now it says in another bowl, you want 4 cups of flour. I already pre-measured my flour in my bowl. Okay. And then you want to add shortening, salt, and brown sugar. All right. So there's my flour. And it was 1 pound of brown sugar. So I measured that on my scale. 1 pound of brown sugar. All right. Salt is back here. Here's the salt. And we need 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So I'm using that 4-in-1. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Throw that over there into the soapy water. And 3/4 cups of shortening. So I'm going to use my 1/4 cup scoop from Epicure to measure out my 3/4 cups of shortening. Hello, hello, hello. I see Sam's on. Lori's on. How is everybody? So I'm stirring the flour with the brown sugar right now, because this is going to be like the cake part, but we're going to take some of this out. So we got to crumble in our Crisco. Okay. So I hope everybody's doing great. Hello. All right. So I need 3/4 cup. I'm using my 1/4 cup scoop. So 1, 2, 3. All right. And that way you don't have to worry about any waste. I used my scoop and it's all good. Getting an update on my computer, making that go away. I have gloves. All right. Telling you, this is fun. What do you guys think? It shows me there's 3 people on, and there's something with a star. I don't even know where that came from. It says stars enabled, 0 stars received. I don't even know what that means. I don't even know how I did it. So let me check this, because I think I'm gonna do this another 3 minutes. Now what we're gonna do, there we go, is take the brown sugar flour mix in the Crisco, because we want it crumbly. And I could sit here and piddle around with my saute spoon or a wooden spoon, but sometimes it's just easier to get your hands in there. So I just put on gloves, because I would like to think that anybody making me baked goods would put on gloves and not be doing it with their bare hands. So thank you very much. I washed my hands, yes. I haven't picked my nose or anything else, but there's still germs everywhere. Okay. So that's crumbly. Now we need to reserve 1 cup-ish. All right. For the next part. So I'm going to just rub those together to get all of that so we don't have any waste. All right. So I am so glad you're here. And this will be on my YouTube channel once we're done. I'm getting a little bit better with the whole YouTube thing. And some of you are watching on YouTube. So hi. I am like dual purposing tonight, because otherwise I would have to do 2 lives. And I tend to be a little crazy, but that's a bit much. Hi, Elaine. How are you? All right. So I set 1 cup aside. We're going to set that over here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our hot liquid, okay, out of the microwave. And this is Caro syrup, molasses, water, and baking soda. We're going to pour it into the dry, crumbly mix right out of the steamer. And I'm going to scrape it right out. See how easy that is with my saute spoon and my Epicure silicone. Nothing sticks. There's no waste, nothing left in the bowl, okay? And why dirty an extra bowl? I can just use the steamer. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to mix this together without burning myself. That is the key. Don't burn yourself. So for those watching on YouTube, you're used to getting like a Heidi story. So today's blog, you just go to lisabusky.com, Lisa M. Busky.com, and you will find the blog that goes along with today's recipe for the molasses crumb cake. The molasses crumb cake recipe was submitted for the Heidi Allen Cookbook from Carol Fabian. Carol A. Fabian. So if Carol A. Fabian is watching, thank you. We're giving you a recipe a try today. And I have to tell you, I probably could have been selling more fundraising cookbooks because people are really enjoying the recipes. And I know the teachers are enjoying eating the products. Okay. All right, so this smells so good. Add liquid, and we're going to pour it into a pan. All right, before I do that, I'm going to take my multi-purpose steamer and get my rice in the oven. I don't need the lid. I'm just going to set it there. 2 cups of rice. For 1 part rice, you want 2 parts water. So I have 2 cups of rice. We're going to do 4 cups of water. Okay. 2. So it's 1 to 2, right? 1 cup of rice means 2 cups of water. 2 cups of rice is 4 cups of water. And then for today, I'm going to be using the ramen broth. All right. Just because of the recipe I'm using, I usually do like the Nourish broth or something like that. But for what I'm making tonight, I really went with the ramen. So then my rice is in there, stirred in the broth. I put my trivet in upside down. Hi, Karen. And I'm going to set this in the microwave for 15 minutes, and we're going to have perfect rice. Okay. But let's get our rice cooking. All right, so I'm going to slide some of this out of the way. All right. I'm going to bring over my pan. I already sprayed it. The recipe called for a 13 by 9 pan. This is a little bit bigger, but my 13 by 9 pan still has coffee cake in it from the other day. I took it to school today. People liked it, but it made a lot of coffee cake. And I've had it all weekend. So I needed somebody to help me not be the only one enjoying the coffee cake, if you know what I mean. Okay. So I'm just going to fill that up with water so it doesn't get too sticky. All right. I'm going to turn my wok on to medium because you never want to put cold meat into a cold pan. So I'm going to get that warming. So now we're going to take this last 1 cup of the crumble and just sprinkle it on top. Okay. All right. Bada bing, bada boom. And then this goes into the oven. It calls for a greased and floured pan. I didn't add additional flour. So this has to bake for 40 to 45 minutes. So I'm going to toss this in. Not toss it. Set that in the oven. Turn on my timer. 40 minutes. Okay. Now let's make dinner. Our rice is already in the microwave. My wok is on warming. Okay. So I'm going to add a little oil to my wok. All right, a little oil to the wok. And I'm kind of modifying a recipe. What is it called again? What I'm making tonight? Tonight I'm making a molasses crumb cake. a molasses crumb cake, and the recipe is on my blog, and I can post the blog link down in the comments too for you, for those on YouTube. I mean, on Facebook. All right, this might get challenging. All right, so now, while that's working, all right, that's warming, grab my Prep Pro chef knife, and I'm going to do a little cabbage. All right. So how is everybody? Did everybody get the weather, or we had like a storm warning or whatever? It didn't amount to diddly here, but I guess like north of us and stuff, people did get some weather. We did not though. All right. So what I'm going to do, I got some cabbage. We're going to slide that into the pan. And we have our oil, and I'm going to add a little rice vinegar too. So this isn't really a recipe you're going to find somewhere. This is a recipe that, with what I had for dinner, something that came up in my little brain. So good luck to us. But so far, my little brain works sometimes. So my peppers are getting a little sad because I did not put them in my produce savers. My own fault, because if I would have used my produce savers, they would still be crunchy. I was lazy the day I got groceries, and so laziness equates to bad vegetables. All right. So, okay, we're gonna put in some peppers, some cabbage. And I really like cabbage because it kind of takes on the flavor of whatever you're making. And it's so good for you, right? So good for you. I need to remember to go talk to my YouTube peeps. But really kind of excited about it. And I'm going to leave them kind of long. Those are kind of sad. So I just did a red and a green. I'm just going to add it to my cabbage. All right. So now, in addition to, I'm moving my other camera. All right. I'm going to add just a little more oil. And I'm going to add some rice vinegar. Okay. I'm going to add a little rice vinegar to this. About that much. And I know some of my favorite peeps are watching going, here she goes again. That much. I am going to use a tablespoon of the roasted garlic aioli and a tablespoon of the Asian stir fry from Epicure. All right. So I am using a tablespoon of each of these. Maybe a little more. Yummo. All right. So that is smelling delicioso. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the lid back on my wok, and that's going to really create all that moisture. And so the garlic aioli and the Asian stir fry with the cabbage and the peppers is just going to, You know what else I'm going to throw in there? I am going to throw in some of our onion, our toasted onion, because I went to get an onion and I didn't have any. So I'm just going to throw in some of our Epicure toasted onion. All right. Throw some of that in there. Now I'm going to put the lid on, and let's get our meat ready to throw into the pan. Sliding you back over. Hello. Welcome. All right. So I have some roast beef or beef strips. And then I had some other beef that isn't strips, so I'll have to cut those. All right. I am going to chop my strips up, though, into kind of some bite-sized pieces. All right. I'm not going to put that in yet, okay? So, So here's the question that nobody wants to be asked or know. How are you doing in getting ready for the holidays? No matter where you're at, how busy you are, not busy you are, it might be your first holiday without a loved one and you're just going through something. I want to encourage you. After my sister's kidnapping, there's those like big things like Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, those kind of big holidays that are known for family and tradition, that kind of stuff. If you're facing a first, they always say that first year after you lose a loved one is the year of first, right? And what I have found is if you figure out a way to take your first and start a new tradition, it's easier. So, like this year, I really have been missing my sister and my mom and my aunts. I don't know why. I have no explanation. I don't know the reason. So I really wanted to do something for them, and that's where the 12 Days of Hope for Heidi came from. And today is day 8, and so there's been a blog every day sharing a different recipe, which I then cook on YouTube, right, guys, on YouTube. But I thought tonight, if I'm going to do my YouTube live and my sizzling at 6, I'm going to be in front of the computer and away from my family for 2.5 hours. So I decided to kind of take this and do it together and mesh the two and see how it went. I'm going to turn that up to like an 8 or a 9 on my stove. So what I have simmering and sauteing in my wok is the beef strips and the thin beef steaks, okay, and chopped them into smaller bites. And then I have my cabbage and some peppers. All right, so I have some vegetables, I have some meat, and then our rice is in the microwave and will be done in 5 minutes. Dessert today is the Molasses Crumb Cake from page 55 in the Heidi Allen Cookbook. And I'm really looking forward to it smells good. I don't know what smells better, dinner or dessert. I can't decide. But either way, it's going to be scrumptious. What the heck is on your head? Oh, it's my elf hat and my elf ears. Today was tree topper day at school. So I'm an elf. But I've had something different every day. Did anybody catch my TikTok where I said, this is what I really look like? And then I transposed and I had on like this diva headband with a crown. No, we sold out of the cookbooks. Annie M might be able to help. I think we did 4 reprintings. Annie M, what do you think? 4? I want to say we did 3 or 4 reprintings. Because we kept selling out. So yeah, if you have one, they are kind of special. And I like them because they have a lot of my grandmother's recipes in them and a lot of people from the community. So in addition to being good, delicious recipes, it's just chock full of, a lot of people that maybe have moved. There people sent them from Watertown and farther away. And then it has in the front, this one was my grandmother's, and I don't know if you can read it. It says, Mary Searles, just the grandmother, finally got a book. I don't know, can you guys see that? And it made me laugh, and because we kept running out of books, so none of us had a cookbook. And so my grandmother kept saying, I need a cookbook. I'm the grandma. But it was a fundraiser, so we kept running out of cookbooks. And so when she finally got hers, after she passed away and my Aunt Nancy passed away, I just love it. Just the grandmother finally got a book. It was just her sense of humor. But I have just been missing these ladies so much. And so I thought, what a great way to be able to do some writing, which I've missed doing the writing, and honor Heidi and our community and just really remember, right? This looks scrumptious. My YouTube friends aren't going to be able to come over and take a look at this, but my Facebook friends, you guys get to check out dinner. So there's dinner. Okay. Can you tell I got a new light, one of those daylight bulbs, the new daylight LEDs, which was a whole other situation. But so that is smelling and looking delicious. And I'm just going to put the lid on and just let it simmer in my wok. I love that Epicure wok. All right. So I'm sorry for my friends on YouTube that you didn't get the up close and fabulous view of dinner, but hey, you got to come over to Keeping It Real Cooking with Lisa because this is where it's at, right? Anybody watching going, oh yeah. All right, does anybody want to give me a star? I don't know what that means. Who knows? Who knows? Hi, Iris. How are you? So, wash my hands. I think they're sticky with molasses. So, dinner smells delicious. Dessert smells delicious. And the rice is coming out. So, today's blog was about my grandmother. And when I was looking and thinking about what to write and how to write it, I'm not even in this camera, sorry. She would always say, so goes Monday, so goes the week. And I had to laugh last night because I talked to my Auntie M and she said, oh, you better get to bed. So goes Monday, so goes the week. And I said, oh, you got to catch the blog tomorrow. It's all about grandma, her mom, my grandma. And, because that's what she always told us. So let's see, so just fun stuff. I am going to wipe down this counter and then I'm going to get my roll-up rack. And I think our Epicure roll-up rack is really one of those not talked about enough items. And I'm guilty of it too. Like I pull it down off the counter and use it all the time. But like I don't spotlight it to you guys. And I really should be because it is stellar. If you're watching and you have the roll-up rack, give some recommendations to those that don't have it yet of how awesome this roll-up rack is. You can be pretending you're online and telling people, I'm in jail, help, help, help. But it works as a trivet on the counter for your hot stuff. It can go over your sink. I use it a lot, washing and scrubbing my veggies, and then for the trivet, and it's easy to clean, which anybody that knows me, something has to be easy to clean because that's my world. So I'm going to take out our rice, all right, and I put in a little bit of extra water because I'm going to add this to the meat and the cabbage and the beans on the stove, peppers on the stove. All right. And kind of do some fried rice on top of that. So on YouTube, I hope you're enjoying like making dinner because usually you guys only get dessert. And who knows, I might start going on YouTube more often. All right. So I am going to take my rice in my Epicure steamer, just pour it right in. All right. Use my saute spoon and get all of that rice. And I did the ramen broth this time, if you're just joining, just because I was doing the Asian stir fry, the roasted garlic aioli, some onion. And to me, the ramen broth just seemed to really sound better with this mix. So I have my rice in here. And all I'm going to do is simmer this for a little bit. Okay. I am going to put my lid on for about 5 minutes, and then I will take it off and let it just absorb all right into the rice. But a super delicious, quick, easy, healthy dinner. It is 6:27. In 21 minutes, we've made a very delicious, like a rice bowl, if you would. And there is 25 minutes left on dessert, and that is the Molasses Crumb Cake, and the recipe was submitted by Carol A. Fabian. So if you know Carol Fabian, give her a shout out and let her know her recipe from the Heidi Allen Cookbook was used tonight. But I hope you all enjoyed, and I will be sharing a picture in the blog afterwards. Let me log off of YouTube, and I'm coming right back to you guys, okay? So make sure you go to lisambusky.com for the blog that goes along with today's demo, and you will be able to see a picture of the finished product and this YouTube video. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful evening. All right, and then this is the part that always gets me, because I don't know if I've logged